Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech and this is the unboxing of the RealMe 2. Now I know in terms of performance and the display people are quite disappointed, even in fact I'm disappointed as well, but at the price tag of 10,000 rupees there simply isn't anything out there that can compete against what this phone offers. So you get the better display, the display with the notch, bigger battery and a premium build, and most importantly dual camera setup which actually take pretty good pictures. So without any further delay, let's just get on with the unboxing. So guys, this is the box. Now it has a big 2 at the top and RealMe at the bottom, and it looks way different from the RealMe 1 box packaging and definitely looks better than any other packaging I've seen this year, at least in this price segment. Now coming to the physical overview of the box, we have the phone's name on the front with a big 2 over here. On the sides we have the RealMe 2 name on the left and right. At the bottom we have the manufacturing details and so on, along with the maximum retail price. On the back we have some more information like the IMEI number, color variant, made in India sticker, and it even says the storage variant, that's 3GB and 32GB. Now without any more further delays, let's get on with the unboxing. Now Realme has launched this phone in 2 variants. Base variant is priced at 9,000 rupees for 3GB of RAM and 32GB of storage. Next variant is priced at 11,000 rupees for 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. It's available in 3 colors, diamond black, diamond red and diamond blue. I have the diamond red color and the diamond blue color should be available from next month. Now unlike the Realme 1, this phone will be sold exclusively online on Flipkart. So guys, now the box is open. At the top we have this small booklet or a cardboard box. Inside that we probably have the SIM card ejector case along with some documentation. So this is a soft silicone case, just like we have seen with the Oppo F9 Pro. We even have the flap for the charging port. I'll come back to it in a minute. Next we have some regular documentation which I hope we really never have to see. Next we have the phone itself, so let me just put that aside for now. Following that is the power adapter. This is a regular 10 watts power adapter just like we have seen with Realme 1, and it still says Oppo. Now following that is a regular micro USB charging cable. Now that's all we get inside the box. Now coming back to the phone, let me just peel the sticker off. By the way, it simply says some warning information about the SIM card tray and all. Now this is how the phone looks on the back. This is the diamond red color and it definitely looks stunning, and simply there isn't any other phone in this price segment that comes anywhere close to how good this phone looks, except for maybe other Realme phones. Now let's have a quick physical overview and then check out the specs. Now this phone has a semi-metal build where the central frame is made of aluminium while the back is made of fiberglass. Now under that fiberglass, we have this super reflective artwork which gives us a nice diamond cutout look, and it definitely looks very unique. Now coming to the cameras, it is a dual camera setup with a 13 megapixel primary camera with f2.2 aperture, followed by a 2 megapixel secondary camera and single LED flash. That's followed by a fingerprint scanner and Realme branding at the bottom. Now on the front, it is a massive 6.2 inch display with HD plus resolution with the new 19:9 aspect ratio with the display notch. Now because of the display notch, you also get 88% screen to body ratio. Now the display also comes with a 2.5D curved Corning Gorilla Glass 3 for protection, and just like the Realme 1, it also comes with a free tempered glass pre-applied. Now inside the notch we have the 8 megapixel front facing camera with f2.2 aperture, earpiece and some sensors. At the bottom it is completely plain, there is no branding and looks pretty clean. Now coming to the sides, at the top it is completely plain. On the left side we have the volume buttons along with the SIM card tray that houses 2 nano SIM slots along with a dedicated SD card slot. On the right side it has just the power button, and at the bottom we have the speaker grill, micro USB charging port, 2 holes for microphone and a 3.5mm audio jack. Now this is the free case that we get inside the box, so let me just put it on and show you how it looks like. Just give me a second. Now this is how the phone looks with the case on. Now it has the cutouts for all the ports. You even have this flap for the charging port to give it some extra water resistance, but it will come in the way every time you want to charge your phone. Now this case also has the raised lip for the display and even for the camera module. So even if you place your phone directly on its face or directly on its back, you won't scratch the display or the camera module. Now without the case on, fingerprint scanner was too flat. It was kinda hard to trace it, but because of the cutouts and the slightly raised lip, it is now much more easily traceable. Now coming to the rest of the specs, under the hood it sports a Snapdragon 450 processor with Adreno 506 GPU with 3GB of RAM and 32GB of storage. It also has a massive 4230 mAh battery and still has a thickness of 8.2 mm and weighs just 168 grams. Now just for a quick reference, Redmi Note 5 and the Note 5 Pro also comes with a bigger 4000 mAh battery, but they weigh around 180 grams. Now considering that this phone is pretty lightweight and kinda sleek. Now this phone also comes with all the basic sensors, including dual 4G and dual VoLTE. So we can actually use 2 GeoSIMs on this phone without any issues. Now let me turn on the phone and set it up and see what we get right out of the box. So guys, this is how the phone looks once we set it up. By the way guys, these buttons seems to be made of plastic. They have a nice clicky sound to them, but they're slightly hard to press. Now this is the default home launcher, and as you can see there is no app drawer, so all the applications have been thrown onto the home screen. Surprisingly, there isn't any bloatware on this phone. We just have 3 applications: Amazon, UC browser and Facebook, which I'll probably end up using anyway. Now this is the notch we have been waiting for, and this is currently the cheapest phone in the Indian market to come with a notch. And it looks pretty amazing, especially considering the price. Now let's check the amount of free RAM we get right out of the box. Now I've just opened one application and for some reason I'm still not able to see the free RAM. So let's check the storage section. So out of that 32 GB of storage, we get about 21.7 GB of free space for our user apps and user data. So guys, for some reason I'm not able to see the information about free RAM. So let me just install a few applications and come back to you. Now this is the CPU-Z application, and from here we can check the amount of free RAM we get. So out of that 3 GB of RAM, we got about 1.1 GB of free RAM right out of the box. It's not very accurate, it should be around 1.3 or 1.4, but that's what we get. Now this is the sensors application, and these are all the sensors this phone has. It literally has all the sensors, including compass, gyroscope, light and proximity sensor. So that's pretty great. Now let's check the about page. Now this is the about page, and this phone is running ColorOS version 5.1 based on Android version 8.1.0. Now Oppo F9 Pro that I unboxed just yesterday comes with ColorOS version 5.2, while this one has 5.1. Now this phone currently has July security patch, and I must say that's pretty decent for right out of the box. It might get the August update pretty soon. Now this is the camera interface. It looks exactly like the one on the Oppo F9 Pro. We have all these modes, we can swipe left or right to switch between them. We even have the portrait mode over here, and we can simply point at something and take a picture, and it will give us a nice background blur effect. Now this is the camera interface for the front facing camera, and from initial impressions it doesn't look as good as the RealMe one. It still looks pretty good, but not so amazing. Now right out of the box I can see that this phone is missing the vivid mode feature seen in the Oppo F9 Pro, and I guess RealMe one also has that feature. Now this phone also has auto HDR, which is pretty great, and if you want to take portrait selfies you need to enable this particular toggle. Now this phone also has stickers just like the Oppo F9 Pro, and we get all this crazy stuff you can just put on your face and take some fancy pictures, I guess. So let's test it. It looks pretty accurate. Now let's check out the video section. Now coming to video recording, we can record video at a maximum of 1080p. There is no 4K option, and this phone probably doesn't offer any kind of electronic image stabilization either. Now so far in the camera department, the only thing missing is slow motion video recording. Now let's test the fingerprint scanner and face unlock features on this phone. I didn't configure it yet, so just give me a second, and I'm done. Now once you're setting up face unlock, make sure you enable this particular toggle and select this option and click this toggle as well. Now once you enable this particular toggle, face unlock works even in low lighting conditions. Enabling this toggle makes your phone directly unlock the phone instead of you swiping the lock screen. Now finally, if you enable this toggle, face unlock doesn't work if you close your eyes. Now let's test the fingerprint scanner. So guys, fingerprint scanner is fast, but not super fast like the Oppo F7 or the V9, but it's still much faster than other phones in this price segment. But because of the flat design, fingerprint scanner is slightly hard to trace. With the case on, it shouldn't be a problem. Now let's test the face unlock feature. It works and it's incredibly fast. I can't even see the lock screen. Now I'm just going to tilt it, lock screen, unlock. By the way, this is the angle I'm at. Phone really can't see me properly, but it's still unlocking the phone pretty quickly. As you can see, we just can't see the lock screen. Now I'm going to close my eyes and see if it can unlock or not. So with my eyes closed, it's not working at all. Now let's check in complete low lighting conditions. Now I've turned off all the lights. Now let's see if it works. And it still works. And it's pretty fast as well. Now finally, I'm going to test with my glasses on. And it is still unlocking the phone incredibly quickly. That's even with my glasses on. So guys, fingerprint scanner on this phone is pretty fast and face unlock feature is incredibly fast. Even in complete darkness, it is working and it is quite quick, which is really amazing at this price point. Now let's check the speaker loudness. So guys, speaker is sufficiently loud for media consumption, alarms and ringtones. Now as you can see right out of the box, without even updating the YouTube application, we have the pinch to zoom gesture and it is actually going full screen. Except for the display notch, everything on the display is being utilized. Now just like the Oppo F7, which also comes with a notch, we have quick actions near the status bar. Now when you're watching a video or playing a game in full screen mode, you can swipe near the notch to get extra options. Now these are quick actions where we can take a screenshot, record the screen, and even block banner notifications. At the top we have the quick shortcuts where we can keep applications like Messenger, WhatsApp and so on, and when you click on them, those applications will open in a floating window. It just gives you a better multitasking experience. We still have split screen mode on this phone. Besides that, we have quick shortcuts. Now to open split screen mode, you can long press the recent apps button like this, or we can swipe up using 3 fingers like this, and it will open the current window in the split screen. We can select the secondary application from here. And it is as simple as that. Now this display notch is one of the highlighting features of this phone. But for some reason if you don't like it and want to hide it, we can't do it on this phone. They did give us the option to disable it for some applications, but I've tested it and it's not working. So we have to live with the notch. So guys, before I conclude, these are the Antutu and Geekbench scores. Now these are the sample pictures taken using the front and rear cameras. So guys, this is the new RealMe 2. Now just like everyone else, even I am disappointed in terms of performance and the display resolution. But with that said, this is not a bad phone. Like, this is the first phone to come with a display notch under 10,000 rupees and it is still packing a lot of good things. Like, it has good cameras, a dual camera setup for taking better portrait shots, good selfie camera, a pretty unique diamond cut design and a bigger battery. I guess I already covered that. So on the whole, it's not a bad phone. Well, it's not as expected like a RealMe 1 successor, but it's a pretty good phone and still probably the best phone under 10,000 rupees even after the launch of Redmi 6, 6 Pro and the 6A. So if you're looking for the best phone under 10,000 rupees with a display notch, dual cameras or better cameras than any other phone in this price segment, I can definitely recommend you this phone. So guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Thanks for watching, and if you're planning to buy this phone, use the link in the description. It really helps the channel, and if you want us to make any specific video, tweet out to us with the hashtag AskGreedyTech on Twitter and we will try to make it as soon as possible. I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech signing off. Have a nice day.